Hello, sixth grade. So it's Coach Collins here again. I'm sure you've watched the introductory video by now. If not, I would take a moment and go back and do that before you continue watching the rest of this video. As we kind of move through this second video here, we'll talk more about what your actual course will be in sixth grade science, and then we'll kind of look at what the book looks like. Kind of how we'll use the book in class, some quick procedural things, and then we'll kind of look through our first couple bell work questions, and then the first assignments that we got going on for this year. So obviously your course is sixth grade science. There's no actual area of science that kind of breaks down into, because we'll kind of be covering a bunch of different topics, introductory topics from a bunch of different science courses. This is what your book looks like. Right, this would be your sixth grade science book that we have here. If we kind of look through the table of contents for the book, obviously you don't have it in front of you, but let me get to the page and I'll hold it up for you. So as you kind of see the different sections that we got going on here. So if we kind of just look through the first sections, we'll be talking about things like earthquakes, tectonic plate movements, then we'll move into things like stars and astronomy, and then we'll finish the year out with different things like atoms and covering basic atomic theory and things like that. So your course is going to be pretty immersive as far as the different types of science topics that we'll be covering. So it'll be very important that you are engaged and paying attention from class to class, because this science course is not one that will kind of build upon each other. Every chapter we get into will kind of be setting a new introductory topic for us. So it's important that you're paying attention throughout the entire course. Again, my name is Coach Collins. We kind of talked about this the first video. You can call me Coach Collins, Mr. Collins, doesn't really matter, as long as we keep that respect line going. I'll respect you as long as you respect me, and we'll be on good terms. Once we actually do get back into the classroom, once we get on campus, we'll go more into our lab equipment, safety regulations and things of that nature. That'll be a whole day that we'll spend on that. We'll look at a couple different science safety articles and videos, kind of looking at how we use different equipment within the lab, and then how we want to clean that equipment up and then make sure it's put back in the proper place for the classes after you to use as well. So looking at the book, again, I've kind of showed you what that looks like. As we're going through here, you've gotten a copy of the first 5 pages, I do believe. That does not show you one of the question sections. So let me get to where that is and kind of show you what that looks like. It's here. Alright, so here, probably can't see it on the camera, but there's a little box here that has your questions on it. When we are covering the book material, that is where we will get the reading section questions. Most of the time that'll be assigned as either classwork or homework, and then we will cover the reading for that section and then the questions the following class. Alright, so it's kind of what we will be doing today as well. For your bell work question, I want you to tell me, what is science? So what do you think science is based on your own thought processes and things that you've learned in your previous educational experiences? This is not a right or wrong answer. Where you can answer that is you have copies of the book pages in your packet. You should have this page here that says A Changing Earth. If you will write the answer to that question on the back of that page. Again, on the back of the page that says A Changing Earth, that you should have in your opening week packet. All right, and that question is, what is science? So what do you think science is that first question, okay? Now, the second question kind of goes along with the reading that you have assigned. You got pages 2 through 5. I would like you to read through those pages. It's going to start talking about the opening topics of earthquakes and tectonic plates, and kind of how those things go together, and some of the different causes that happen from earthquakes, right? So your second bell work question I would like you to answer for me is, which is kind of not really a bell work question per se, I kind of want you to answer this after you do some of the reading, but I would like you to tell me at least 3 things that you learned about tectonic plates from the reading that you have. So that's pages 2 through 5. As you can see on this page here, you have this page copied as well. You see we have earthquakes here, and then tectonic plates that start right under that. Alright, so some kind of basic things about tectonic plates. They're basically structures that kind of keep Earth together. They are broken up into different areas, and they have different names associated with them. I won't go into more detail than that, so that way I'm not taking away from the things that you're going to learn from the reading. But please go do the reading from pages 2 through 5. Some of the first pages are just kind of some opening things with the book, not really any basic science information. For instance, we kind of have some things like this. We have pictures and things kind of detailing what those are. But once we kind of start dabbling into the material, starting on page 4, we kind of are actually starting to get into our science topics for the first time. Right, so again, I would like you to answer again on the back of the page that says a changing Earth. 2 questions are, what is science? So what do you think science is? That can go on to where you tell me why you think science is important. If that's easier for you to answer, that's fine as well. And then the second question is after you do the reading. Right, so your first assignment, the reading, pages 2 through 5, is going to be, what do you know about tectonic plates and what have you learned about them from the reading. When we convene for the next class, we will get our first vocabulary list. We'll also discuss the reading and some of the key points from pages 2 through 5 that you have read, and then we'll also discuss the Bellwether questions, and then also some of the topics that you should have gotten from the tectonic plate earthquake section. All right, so if you have any questions, please put those in the comment section, or you do have my email. All right, so my email is leanthony.collins@jcprep.net. So you can send the email questions to me, or you can also post those questions in the comment section of the video, and I will answer them as soon as I see them. Okay, so